What's up, everybody? Tomorrow starts Season 20 of Apex, named Breakout, and last week we got the information for the new season, and today we got the patch notes giving us more detailed information. We got information last week. I said it might be the worst season of Apex we're going to have yet. Got a lot of flack for that. Let's see if the patch notes support me, go against what I said, or don't really help the argument at all. Before I go through this, my Twitch will be linked down below. I'll be live tomorrow afternoon playing the new update, of course. And this will also be linked down below if you want to read through this yourself. So let's go ahead and start running through it. We're going to skip stuff as usual that isn't super important, but we'll hit all the highlights. Breakout map rotation, Olympus, Stormpoint, World's Edge. This is the map rotation that I always want the most. Now, you could interchange Stormpoint with either of the other two maps that aren't included in this rotation, but personally, I don't really like any of the three of them very much. And Stormpoint's probably the best of the three, especially with the changes, so I'm pretty happy with that. Performance modes, 120 Hz for PS5, Xbox Series S and X is coming next season. So that's huge for the console players out there. Crafting, this is a big change that wasn't put in the blog post that we got last week, which I'll include that blog post as well. But this is another one of the changes that I didn't really talk about last week that I think is going to make this season not play very well. So it says, Breakout brings a complete rework to crafting, streamlining the system. Welcome to Crafting 2.0, Legends. Replicators have quite a few changes, including a fancy new paint job. They are now free to use and no longer require crafting materials, and we've removed them and crafting rotations. When you open the crafting menu, you'll see that the available options have been reduced to shield battery, medkit, ammo, and player banners. Printing in any item will exhaust the replicator specifically for you. You'll need to find another one if you want another item, so choose wisely. To offset the single-use system, the number of available replicators have been increased across the board. Every game will start with 12 replicators spawned at the start of the match, with an additional replicator drop at the start of round 4 to add some late-game opportunities. We're also including a few quality-of-life changes for crafting. Decreased interaction time with replicators, inventory can now be accessed from the crafting menu, and printed items alone will auto-eject from the replicator after some time. So that means no more mobile respawn beacons, no more book bags, helmets, attachments, no more Evo points. I thought all of that stuff was nice to have in crafting. It kind of rewarded you for playing the whole game by getting crafting materials, being able to craft that stuff to help yourself out. I thought that was nice. Plus, I liked that crafters could be used unlimitedly, which means now, if you're in an area your team gets wiped, but except for you, and then you wipe the other team, but you've already crafted banners there or crafted something else, you can't craft banners. You got to go find somewhere else on the map, and I hope they increase the rate of spawn for mobile respawn, since you now won't ever be able to craft them. World's Edge, Rampart's big mod. With crafting materials gone, Rampart has been figuring out how to get more customers through her door, and what better way than a fire sale. All big mod paintball weapons are now free, but they will take time to dispense from their vending machines. Once a player has claimed their free weapon, they cannot get another. Lobo will still be able to steal a second gun with her black market. There is also an increase of variety to choose from, but gold kit weapons are no longer offered at big mod. So that's really interesting. I didn't even think about that with no crafting materials. I don't really necessarily care for this. Big mod's one of my favorite landing spots on World's Edge. And it'll be interesting to see how that plays if it's a hot drop that match, because people are going to want those kitted guns. The no gold guns is interesting, but people are going to want the kitted guns, but you're not really going to have time to wait if it's a hot drop, so it'll make big mod play a little different, which is super interesting. Legend upgrades. I'm not going to really run through all of these. If you want to run through these yourself, feel free. Like I said, this will be linked down below. This is another one of the big changes that I'm not necessarily super happy about. If you didn't see the patch notes, you didn't see my other video, or the other blog post, sorry, not patch notes. The Evo system for shields is now changed. You now have shield cores that you can pick up out of people's death boxes, not actual shields. And as you level up your shields, you get abilities that you get to choose from which one of the two you want to unlock. Once you get to blue and once you get to purple, you get abilities you get to add on to your legend for that match. And then there's going to be other ways to get Evo points besides damage. That's all covered in the blog post. If you want to go check that out for yourself, that'll be linked down below, as well as my video. And like I said, I'm not going to read through all these, but you can see there's 2 for level 2 and level 3 upgrade options for all the legends, whether that's Assault, Skirmisher, Recon, Controller, Support. I'm going to go to Recon because I'm one of the few Vantage mains. We're just going to look at Vantage for an example. So when you go from White Shield to Blue Shield, you can choose between Ringmaster and Ultimate Reload. Ringmaster would give you access to ring consoles as Vantage for just that match. An ultimate reload would ultimate accelerants grant an extra 2 bullets from what they did before, which I think was 2 before. Now it's 4 total if you choose that power up. And then when you go from blue shield to purple shield, you can choose between bat bounce, which is an improved tactical double jump. I'm assuming that just means farther distance or it's quicker. Or sharpshooter, which refreshes your tactical when you hit with your ultimate. So if you carry alt excels and you choose ultimate reload plus sharpshooter, you could almost unlimitedly have your ultimate, and it would unlimitedly refresh your tactical. So you could use your tactical to get to an angle, get a hit. Now your tactical's reload. If you want to change angles, if you have it again, and you can keep doing that on and on, which is really interesting. But I don't necessarily like core changes to this game, and that's one of these big core changes. So it might be fun for pubs, but it sounds like it would have been more fun in an LTM or its own separate mode to me than being in ranked in pubs. Patch notes, add tags, a 3 to 4 character piece of flair. So now there is no clubs. Clubs are going away, and now you can have tags, like you can have clan tags in Halo and Call of Duty and other games like that. Here are balance updates. Crafting 2.0, crafting rotation is no more. All weapons and loot are back on the floor, so there is obviously no weapons in the crafters. Crafting options reduced to battery, med kit, ammo, and banners. Inventory can now be accessed to the crafting menu. We talked about big mod already. Replicators, each individual replicator is now single use. Every game will start with 12. Decrease interaction time, and printed items will auto eject. Care package weapon rotation. The Eva 8 is now taking the Prowler space in the care package. I would love to see the Bocek come back to the floor one of these days. Who knows when that'll be. So it'll be the Wingman, the Eva 8, and the Bocek, and the Kraber. Gold weapon rotation is now the 301, the RE45, the Mastiff, the Devo, and the 3030. Weapons and attachments, the 3030's base damage was reduced down to 39 from 42. Its ammo capacity, the base is unchanged, but white comes down to 7 from 8. Blue magazine goes down to 8 from 10, and purple and gold magazines are down to 10 from 12. The Skull Piercer headshot multiplier was reduced to 2 from 2.1. The dual loader removed as an integrated hop-up now only loads 1 shell per reload. Marksman stock reload speed bonus normalized to match other sniper weapons. And reloading 3 shells in a row increases reload speed by 20% for the remainder of the reload. So they nerfed damage, nerfed ammo capacity, nerfed Skull Piercer hop-up, and then nerfed reload. And then they slightly buffed reload to make up for some of the nerfs, where now, if you're like doing a full reload, so 1, 2, 3 shells, now more. But if you're reloading 1 or 2 or 3, you're going to have the slow speed. It's the 4th plus that you get that increased speed. Eva 8 in the care package, the damage was reduced down to 6 from 7, which is odd. Usually care packages damage increase, but to make up for that, the fire rate was increased to 3 from 2.4. The recoil was reduced to better match the faster fire rate. The hammer point, now it has hammer points on it in the care package, which is increased 20% damage against flesh, plus 1 damage. Gold shotgun bolt, the shells reloaded on slide increases 2 was 1. So when you have missing ammo in your Eva 8, when you slide, as you're sliding, you get 2, and then I forget what the slide distance change is. And it note only affects care package Eva 8, and I'm sure that's a note for mixtape, because otherwise you don't have the Eva 8 anywhere else. Hemlock catches another nerf, damage reduced to 20 from 21, hipfire spread increase, and spread delay increased to 0.28 was 0.21. The L-Star can no longer equip barrel attachments, so that is a nerf for the L-Star. The L-Star was actually in a pretty good place. It'll be interesting to see how it feels without barrel attachments. Prowler being put on the floor is reduced to non-care package version. The damage decreased to 15, and there's no more select fire. The burst delay was increased to 0.28, and spread delay increased to 0.28. This was my favorite SMG before it went into the care package. I'm hoping it feels just as good. But with these burst delay and spread delay, we'll see. I'm hoping it feels just as good, because I love the Prowler. In all the games I play, it's like the only burst weapon I truly love. R99, ADS vertical and horizontal recoil increase. So now the R9 has more recoil. They're really trying to reduce the amount of people able to use the R9 almost like an AR and be able to run the double SMG loadout. And you can see part of that is next with the R3, the hipfire spread is reduced. Now, the R3, love it. Easiest gun to use. If you're just playing Apex, I would recommend it. But even with this hipfire spread reduced, I would not recommend it to anyone else unless you're using it as maybe a sniper support. SMG ballistics, so the SMG rounds that come out of the gun. Projectile gravity increased around all SMGs, which means more bullet drop. And projectile launch speed, aka bullet velocity, speed reduced across most SMGs, but the Prowler is unchanged. So once again, they're trying to avoid people being able to run like double SMG and use like the Volt or the R9 or the car as like an AR. The Digi threat can no longer be equipped to SMGs, and its spawn rate is reduced by 20%. So you can still put it on pistols and shotguns, but no longer can you put it on SMGs, which is secretly a Bangalore buff. But I don't know if I like this change. Either remove it from the game or leave it on SMGs in my mind. Laser sight spread multipliers reduced. White laser sight adjusted to 0.9 from 0.8. Blue laser sight adjusted to 0.8 from 0.6. And blue laser sight adjusted to 0.7 from 0.4. So now that means it's going to help your ADS or your hipfire spread even more when you have a laser on it. So lasers got buffed. Legends, heavy rig legends, Gibby, Caustic, Pathfinder, Newcastle, and Revenant now use medium ring first-person movement animations. Actual game speeds have not changed. These legends will feel less sluggish when running. So it's really just a visual thing. They'll feel like you're less slow, but you're still moving at the same speed. Support legends, extended supply bin contents have been improved. See below. Ballistic sling weapons now have all white attachments instead of gold. Tempest effect radius for ally range has increased to 90%. 90 meters was 13 meters. I love this, so you don't have to be like stacking for his ultimate to help out the whole team. You can be much more spread out, which is more of the style I prefer to play. But if you're somebody who likes to really play close with your team, this doesn't really matter. Bloodhound Tracker Raven scans alt charge is now gated behind the Hunting Ravens upgrade. So now you only get an alt charge when you scan a Raven if you use his new upgrade from evoing your shield up. Catalyst Dark Veil, her ultimate, the lifetime was increased to 15 seconds, was 25, and the length reduced to 40 meters from 55. I like the lifetime decrease, although I probably would have gone for 20 instead of 15. And the length reduced, I don't really care about that. 40 meters is still a long Dark Veil, and, you know, if you play it right, it shouldn't make too much of a difference, but it's still fairly significant, depending on how you play Catalyst. Conduit Radiant Flash, her cooldown was increased to 26 seconds from 21. Temporary shield regen rate to 15 HP per second was 20. Temporary shield generation time increased to 9 seconds was 8 seconds. And energy barricade mine duration reduced to 45 seconds was 60. Mine HP reduced to 200 was 250, which I still think 200 is too much for this. It should be like 175-ish in my opinion. The distance at which mines are removed when deployed too close to another has been increased by 100%. So Conduit, both her attack and her ultimate got nerfed. Crypto Surveillance Drone, speed of drone recall has been increased slightly. Transitions going in and out of drone are now faster. Horizon Gravity Lift cooldown increased to 25 seconds, so another Horizon nerf. Lifeline in modes with upgrade cores enabled. Lifeline's care package now has a 50-50 chance to drop an extra piece of smart equipment versus a large consumable instead of armor. Mad Maggie Wrecking Ball will no longer destroy on first enemy hit. Instead, the Wrecking Ball will trigger an explosion, then keep going, allowing for a second explosion to trigger later. The same player cannot be hit by the ball for 2 seconds after first impact, so you can't bounce it around a room and just keep hitting the same player. Players can only be affected by the shell shock and knockback effects once. Will now bounce through devices it hits and destroys. Octane Jump Pad audio fall off of double jump has been adjusted to be slightly less audible from long distances. Pathfinder Insider Knowledge scanning care package now adds 50% alt charge instead of 100%, and 15-second alt cooldown was 10%. This also applies to ring console or survey beacon scans. Pathfinder just got that's a fairly significant nerf because, you know, you see a care package is dropping, you throw his alt, now you can instantly have his alt again. Now you can't do that. You only get 50% of the alt charge. And then this applies to ring console or survey beacon scans. That's one of his abilities. Map updates. The Apex Game Museum on World's Edge has an all-new exhibit that honors the history of the Outlands and the origin of the games, filled with interactive kiosks, artwork, and red carpet flair. The museum has many interesting tidbits of information, community artwork, and even some Easter eggs. Special celebration dressing in form of flags, banners, and even the return of our larger-than-life legend balloons can be found on every map. This year features an all-new cast design with the breakout aesthetic in mind. Tridents, jump balloons, gravity cannons, loop-ins, and more of a fresh look to complement the theme of the season. Thunderdome, which is the new mixtape map. Feel the energy as the crowd comes alive in our first custom mixtape match. So, you know, this is the first map that was designed just for mixtape. Before, they were all POIs from maps, or they were old arenas maps, which, by the way, bring back arenas. Immerse yourself in the action of a focused 3-lane multiplayer map designed for fast-paced gameplay. So they actually designed this not like BR maps for once, more a la traditional Call of Duty maps, Halo maps, you know, like arena-style maps. Playable for all mixtape game modes, team deathmatch, gun run, and control. Screw control. Get hyped listening to the cheers from the crowd in the arena stands. Modes, mixtape, updated loadouts, the charge rifle was removed, and the Kraber was added. Interesting. I love that. New LTM straight shot. Check out the collection event blog for more details. Players spawn above a random POI and skydive in. No jump master. Weapons spawn kitted at different rarities, streamlining loot so there's no more looting attachments. Reduce lobby to 30 players in shorter rounds and requeue your party directly from the death screen. The requeue thing is huge, and I hope that's just a test to make it across all modes because it sucks having to go back to the menu because that's just a long period. And the reduced lobby to 30 players in shorter rounds, also it's a smaller area of the map. It's like the ring has already closed in on like half the map. Ranked, check out our breakout highlights blog for more details on ranked reload. Like I said, that'll be linked down below, as well as this collection event blog. Level requirement is now 20 for ranked, was 50. Welcome back, cheaters. Entry cost will return 20 to 20 RP per tier starting at silver. Player rankings available. Promotional trials removed. Provisional matches removed. Ranked tier RP requirements will have some increases. RP value will be used to match make, so it won't be hidden MMR. It'll be how much RP you have. Splits are returning, so halfway through the season, you go back 6 divisions in your rank, and you essentially start like a new mini rank season. And so you're starting at 1 RP at the beginning of every season, and then at the split, you go back 6 divisions. Updated bonuses. Challenger bonus earns a 50% bonus on elimination of a higher ranked player. Top 5 streak bonus. If you get in the top 5 for 2 matches, you get 10 RP. 3 matches, 20 RP. 4 matches, 30 RP. And 5 plus matches, 40 RP for top 5 or better. So that way, now they're balancing you wanting to get kills while also wanting to place at least decent, maybe not win, but at least get top 5 while also getting a lot of kills. World systems, extended supply bins now give smart gear. Players can find gear upgrades for knockdown shields, helmets, and backpacks in the hidden shelf. Small chance of granting purple gear if a player on the squad has white gear or none at all. Small chance of granting gold gear if the entire squad has purple gear. More reliably gives heat shields and mobile respawn beacons when needed. Increased likelihood of getting medkit over syringes. Ring exploit prevention. Players spending too much time outside the ring will be warned, then eliminated. So if you're in the ring for too long, instead of being able to sit there and spam medkits and gain placement, it's going to warn you you've been in the ring too long, and if you don't hurry up and get into the safe zone, you'll just be killed like that. So I like that change a lot. Bug fixes. Double clicking in the melee tab now equips items. Firing range dummies no longer clip through damaged doors. Heat shields and legend alt items can no longer be placed on tridents. In-match challenge display now lists all 5 challenges. Player-created pings can once again be removed. Players will no longer teleport into the building overlooking the fight night ring via trident. Valkyrie can no longer get under the turbine on Olympus. Voice line while picking up enemy banner cards no longer indicates it is a squad mate. Audio. Most in-game dialogues now synchronized between clients. That's nice. You know, it's not a huge deal, but it was always kind of frustrating. I would like laugh at a voice line, and people I was playing with wouldn't get the same voice line. Squad members can now be muted while spectating. Graphics, DX12 PC fixed several causes of crashes. Legends, Ash, Alt, Rampart, Tac/Alt. Watson, Tac, and Alt and Lobo Alt can no longer be placed out of bounds. Conduit's Tac now appears for observers. Mad Maggie's Alt now destroys Gibby's Tac. Mirage decoys that are destroyed by catalyst piercing spikes are no longer keep the trap active nor make it hit sounds briefly after dying. Quality of life, destructible legend abilities have consistent damage feedback. Objects which previously showed red flesh damage numbers will now show as gray, and the damage numbers will indicate if the object is destroyed. Increased visibility for great damage numbers. Firing range, Nessie was inspired after watching some centuries old videos and wanted to change things up a bit. The yellow and purple polka dots look quite dashing. Gun run, change the victory notification for the winning team to say you are the champion instead of team is the champion. I never knew if I won or not. Per optic ADS sensitivity added an option for sear passive, which controls how quickly you turn while unarmed and using Heartseeker. Performance mode, aim assist has been tuned to feel similar to 60 Hz mode. Added advanced haptics and adaptive trigger support for PlayStation and PC consoles. If you encounter an issue, please ensure to connect controller via USB and complete any updates. Navigation event tab, dedicated tab when there is an event previously under the seasonal tab. I like that. Death menu added a squad tab where you can access your group's information, report and mute voice over internet pings while you're dead. In Legends tab, select Legend will not reset to featured one when your cursor is not over a legend. Melee tab, death box icon is now clickable. Store tab, new sub tab containing offers that were previously in featured special seasonal more with improved navigational flow and presentation. And then some graphic stuff to make your graphics better, and then some AP updates that we don't necessarily care about. So that is the patch notes for tomorrow's start of Season 20. I'm super excited. I can't wait for this map rotation. I'm always excited for new seasons. I still am cautious that this could be the worst feeling season of Apex because of the crafter changes, because of the shield changes, because of the new abilities. But I like everything else that's coming to the game. So I'm going to try to be optimistic here. I know the 3 changes that are worrying me are major changes that will change how the game feels, but it might be good. I'm just not super excited about them myself. With that all being said, like I mentioned, my Twitch will be linked down below. I will be live hopefully by 5 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. And I will be trying out the different guns that have been nerfed, playing on the new maps, giving my opinion on different abilities, the Evo system, all of that. So if you got any questions, you want to see anything, pop in chat, let me know. And like I said, my video about the last blog post will be uploaded. The collection event will be linked down below, sorry. The collection event, this post, and the other blog post will all be linked down below, as well as all my other social medias. So please feel free to follow, like, comment, whatever, on any other platforms. Always makes my day. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know if I upload any other Apex videos, if you're into Warzone, when I upload Warzone videos, etc. But I will see you on Olympus, World's Edge, and Stormpoint. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.